Oftentimes when we talk about loyalty, we tend to have a very conventional view of what loyalty means to each and every one of us. And that's because year in, year out, efforts haven't been made to dissect properly the ambiguous tendencies of loyalty. When we speak of loyalty, it's highly revered in our society. Everybody wants to be seen as a humble, loyal, awesome, amazing personality. Yes, I get that. But in all of this, how do we define loyalty in our personal form, in what it actually truly means to us? People look at loyalty as loyalty to institutions, loyalty to hierarchies, loyalty to family, loyalty to relationships, loyalty to friendships, and what have you. But there's a part of loyalty that is often unspoken of. And that aspect of loyalty is fundamental to your growth, to your success, to your pursuit of excellence in life. And that is the unspoken side of loyalty. So one might wonder, what is the unspoken side of loyalty? The unspoken side of loyalty is the dedication you have to your unseen reality, even when it seems unclear. As a young man, I married quite early. But then again, when I ventured into marriage, I never knew I was going to be a widower on time. So colossally, I got married, I lost my dad 2 months after. I lost my wife 2 years after. I lost my mom 2 years after. I became a single father. And I had to fend for 2 children who were left behind for me while they were 2 years and 6 months. In all of this, Andrew was a man that had exponential dreams. What were those dreams? I had always wanted to play, not just at the national level, but at the international level of my chosen field. But here I am, after running elections in 2019, winning, and I was rigged out. I came out of the elections to find that I have to bury my wife. That was tragic. So tragic that at the point of losing my wife, I wasn't even sure if my pain was as a result of the finances I lost in the election, or as a result of the wife that I had lost, or as a result of the realities in front of me, having to carry 2 children alone, a boy and a girl. I had twins all along, right from the offing, 2 years and 6 months. 1 year after my wife passed on, reality dawned on me. And what were those realities? I realized that truly I was alone. No friends, no family. Everyone went about their own business. And I said to myself, Andrew, is this how these dreams are going to die? No. What happened? In 2021, we gave birth to Imo Speed. Imo Speed came to life with the sole aim of ferrying Imolites from Lagos to Owerri. But that wasn't it. Like I said initially, I had always wanted to play on the global stage. And what was it for me? I wanted an Ivy League school on my CV despite my qualifications. I chased King's College. Right after King's College, my performance at King's College, I got enlisted as a research fellow in Chatham House, which I am up until this very minute. I only just returned from London last week, Wednesday. My stories are synonymous to the guys you see on the screen. Victor Osimhen was denied visa twice to go on trial after his under-22 trials at Super Eagles. Jason Njoko had tremendous challenges. He failed 9 times and only won the 10th time when he went into business. But of these 2, I am significantly going to highlight even more Dr. Akinwumi Adesina. And why is that? It's so because he personally shared these stories with me last year at the Hotel in Lagos. He told us about his challenges when he got a scholarship to Purdue University in New York. He left Nigeria with just $750 only. He had $100 rental to pay monthly for his apartments in New York and was left to feed on $150 for 6 months. No money to buy gloves, no money to buy boots. He had to trek in that cold and lived on $150 for 6 good months. On the 6th month, he looked at the purse and was left to 25 cents. With that 25 cents, he got to school and met the lecturer. He never even knew when he broke down to cry. And just that singular act of speaking to the professor, letting the professor know he has a vision inside that he doesn't want to die. A vision that gave birth to agricultural economics of Nigeria today. And the professor loaned him $100 and right there recommended him to Rockefeller Foundation, who at the time saw to the end of his postgraduate studies in Purdue University. One might wonder, it's enough to speak about loyalty, speak about all of this. But then again, it's very fundamental to know, how do you stay loyal to your vision? One, you need to understand the potentials of your vision. A lot of us are moving about with visions, big dreams, wonderful ideas, but how many times do we sit back to reevaluate the value of those visions? Because as soon your vision is yours, your vision is as good as your eyes. You alone can see it. Nobody else can see it. So until you understand the potentials of your vision, it might be difficult for you to invest your time into it. Then again, like the earlier speaker said, it's important to note that there will always be trials. There will be setbacks. But at what point do we begin to look at the gain in pain? It took me losing almost everything to realize that there was a special kind of strength inside of me. Everyone keeps asking me, Andrew, how have you ferried on for 5 years? You haven't remarried. It's not easy to remarry. I have to think about my children. How do I bring a new woman to them all of a sudden? I have to think about my in-laws who lost a child as well. How do I just go ahead and move on? But despite the pain I had to go through, sustaining the pain of the loss of my wife, my mom, and my dad, loss of fortunes by virtue of running politics, I kept looking at the brighter side. Today, beyond being in Chatham House, I have engaged and still engaging with the British Parliament, sourcing £3 million grant for the eradication of slow violence in Nigeria. We've had 2 debates to that effect, and we're having the 3rd one on the 28th of July, which is this month. Now, what are the benefits of being loyal to your vision? They are enormous. Once you become loyal to your vision, once you understand what you harbor inside of you, once you understand what you're carrying, you begin to see the world from a very different perspective. You understand, first of all, that your mentors are not your heroes. People keep missing this every now and every then. I want a mentor, I want a mentor, I want a mentor. Your mentor is meant to guide you. Your heroes are those you want to be. When I look at people like Akinwumi Adesina that are on platforms that are not decided by Nigerian politics, when I look at people like Okonjo-Iweala that are on platforms that are not decided by the murky stains of Nigerian politics, when I look at Nigerians on global stage doing amazing things, while we had a module in contentious politics, I was invited by the Consular General of Libya for that module. There were 4 Nigerians understudying what is happening in Iraq. You don't hear their name. They are not here pursuing shenanigans. These people are pursuing greatness. So as soon as you start paying attention to your vision, I kid you not, you will see the disparities between your mentors and your heroes. Then again, paying attention to your vision helps you understand, helps you see a future that is uncertain. Because you keep walking, you keep moving, and with each struggle of each day, you only get better. Your ideas become fine-tuned. You keep understanding yourself even more. You understand what you're aligning yourself with. Pursuing your vision, being loyal to it, helps you rediscover yourself. You see through potentials. One of the first things I did after 1 year of mourning was the next door close to my office, I converted it to a room. I put a bed, I put a mattress there. I bought 5 uniforms independently for my son and my daughter. They bring them from school, I keep them there, they sleep, they have their lunch there. I don't have to wash uniforms because I have independent uniforms of there. Gradually, I started finding my way around this. And look at it today. You may never even believe, if you see my kids, you'll never even believe that they have been raised for the last 6 years by a man. And all of this I would never have achieved without being loyal to that vision. What you see on the screen was Andrew at the British Parliament. There was never a way I would have gotten to that place if I stayed back in Lagos, wallowing, crying, self-pity, and giving myself 100 reasons why I needed to stay on the ground. I don't have a wife who will be my support system. I don't have a sister. I don't have a cousin. I don't have a nephew. I don't have a support system. No. If you look at one of the pictures on the very first slide, my lectures for the first 1 month at King's College, I had my son sitting close to me in the class. There were times I could not get in and I had nobody to lead. I took him with me to the class, but I was doing that because I knew where I was heading. So for young people today, it's important that you realize that while everybody speaks about success, success is step 1. There's greatness and there's legacy. So while you're pursuing success, you should have an exponential view of how to attain greatness, how to attain legacy. And none of this is possible without being loyal to yourself. By being loyal to your vision, you're being loyal to yourself. And if everybody can leave this place today by learning to be loyal to themselves, guess what will happen? We will become loyal to this nation. We will bring back environmental parenting, which is gone. When I was a lot younger, people couldn't dress and leave their houses anyhow because we had environmental parenting. But it's all gone today. It's lost today because we are confused. We are confused. I was just telling a friend of mine last week that the biggest challenge facing adults today is that they have believed that they have gotten so old to the point where they can no longer be influenced. But guess what? A lot of young people, even in their 40s, are still being influenced by the contents they consume on social media. And that is how you know that you are not loyal to your journey. When you get swayed away, when you get carried away by what you see, that are not in tandem with your journey. You can't keep up like that. You can't attain greatness that way. You see, I added a quote here. I said, loyalty is what fuels this discipline that drives success. You can never be successful without discipline. And for me, I love rap music. And one of my greatest rappers of all time is Meek Mill. Because he speaks to me whenever I listen to him. I'm a big fan of poetry, wordplays and metaphors. And that's what it says. One of the tracks, it says, look how far we came. Through the fire, I still knew that we will reign. It feels like yesterday when all these ideas were just a dream. When all these visions were just a dream. Through the Maybach curtains, I see how life has changed. And I want you to borrow that. I want you to sit back every day and envision not just what you have, but the fire you would go through to get to it. Because as we often say, where there's a will, there will surely be a... So why don't we find a way through everything that is meant to blow our visions? Why can't we start now to look for ways to be more focused on our destination, on our journeys, and our path to greatness? My name remains Andrew Onyekachi Amaechi, and it's an honor for me to be here with you guys today. Thank you.